Hey, my name's John. I'm a software engineer with about 10 years of experience. Let's ship some features. Today we're working on the YouTube transcriber, issue number 49 right here, in service of enabling an LLM, Claude, in the free tier of Latterly.io. Here's Latterly.io. You can go sign up for free now. And this is a website that helps you learn to code and land a programming role. So it's just a checklist, step by step, what do you do? And it would be cool if the free tier had a chat assistant. Eventually, the paid tier will also have a chat assistant. That one is going to maybe use GPT-4 or something API-based. The free one is Claude, because Claude has a large context window. That's the reason. And so I can prepare a text that the user just uploads to Claude for free. And then Claude will have context about all the stuff that we teach. That's the idea here. So let's get started. I have this issue 49. So we'll make a feature branch. I'm currently on main. I'll git checkout -b. You can call this 49 YouTube transcription. You can see from the blue that I am there now. And I think I've started this in my scripts folder. So here's the YouTube transcriber. The project in general is Next.js in TypeScript. This transcriber is an exception to that rule, and it is written in Python. So here is the main.py under the YouTube transcriber. It's using the YouTube transcript API. And the way that I would like this to work is that it will transcribe a single YouTube playlist. We may change that in the future. The particular playlist that we are pointing at is my shorts playlist. So here we are on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe. And there's a playlist, Control F shorts. So I have over 1,000 videos on my YouTube, but only about 700 of them are shorts. And so this is the particular playlist that I would like to transcribe first and foremost. And because they're shorts, we should get little chunks. Little chunks that are easy to transcribe, and that is one of the benefits here. And then we will basically use a large language model to merge them, deduplicate, and come up with a concise sort of boilerplate starter text that can be uploaded to Claude to provide Claude context on Latterly. That's the idea. So I give my API this playlist ID. Enter YouTube playlist URL. This is maybe okay. This is asking the user to input it. I think maybe I should use an environment variable. What do you think? This will be fine for now. Let me make sure I have Python 3.9. That should work. I think this might be aligned to 3.11 or higher. Let's see if I can just do this. I think it should still work. I don't think I have any like super new dependencies. So let me navigate into the scripts folder in the YouTube transcriber subfolder. Let me make sure I have poetry. That took a long time. I'm on a Windows machine that's pretty much ancient at this point. Okay, so I do have poetry. So let's poetry install. Why code? Any use for it? He's coding something for ChatGPT. Yeah, I'm working on this website, Latterly.io. The link is in my bio. And I want to have a large language model for the free tier. It's technically going to be using Claude, not ChatGPT, but it's a similar concept. Transcriber does not contain any element. I get this error a lot, and I forget what it does. I think I've looked it up, but it should not prohibit our progress. So I have a virtual environment here. Python does not have my poetry virtual environment executable. So I can Control-Shift-P, Python, select interpreter. And this may or may not work. I might need to run an additional command. Let's try it, laterally 3, not this one. Vimv Ben, I'm expecting it's Ben. Yeah, so we're not finding it. Okay, there's an additional command. Poetry, VS Code, IDE, Stack Overflow always answers this for me. This is the one. So let's run that. Put that in the README too. README. Transcriber. Let's add a different section here. Oh, I think it has its own README in that submodule. Let's double check. Yep, okay. So I'll undo this. Don't forget, invoke.py has your invoke tasks. No, it doesn't. That's task.py. Cool. Ask it to annotate and ask it to rewrite code for you. I think it's neat. We love to see it. Maybe it will help us today. Go ahead and commit this, commit-m. This is basically docs, poetry. Let's make sure it works before I push it. So we select the interpreter, we come down to laterally 3, enter interpreter path, find, here's the Vimv. Let's do this. So I'll poetry shell. Now I will which Python, and here is the location. Cool. I think those instructions make sense. Let me know if those instructions do not make sense. Basically, I am copying this bit and entering the path. Enter. And now, if I go to, oh, an invalid Python interpreter is selected. Well, here's the interpreter, so it's not invalid. Am I just supposed to select the containing folder? It looks properly associated. Yeah, it like complained, but it's also working. Path to interpreter. Here we go. It works fine. I don't know why it complained the first time. Is it mad? Okay, it's mad because I'm using the. It's mad because I'm using the git bash syntax instead of the Windows syntax. So let's click here. Enter path, find. Okay. And it should be this one. Yep, okay. So let me add a note here. If you are on Windows, don't paste the bash path literal. You should translate that location into Windows syntax. Okay, fine. That's a quick additional note. Otherwise, I think it's working. Git commit -m docs VS Code shell setup, or yeah, Python support. Cool. We can push that, and we will start a branch on the repository. Control click over here. I'm going to initiate this as a draft because it's not ready to merge. So the feature here, better YouTube transcription. Hopefully I also get to do the whole Claude thing in here too. That might be, that'll, I don't know. I don't have time for that today. But that should be a quick additional stream. So we have this main py. Let me close others. Now that I have Python, let me make sure I got the right Python. So this is the local poetry Python, so I should have access to YouTube DL and all of the dependencies that we're going to need. And now I can use Python. I don't need to do Python 3 because I have the poetry shell activated. So I will Python main. It wants to ask me, enter the playlist URL. And this is the URL. The lag is incredible. Brandon, thanks for the follow. And 480 likes. Thank you all so much. Thanks for being here. If you go to YouTube, the link is in my bio. You can see the full screen. Cool, so I have that URL on my clipboard from the playlist, and now I'm just pasting it. And this is pretty much what I expect. This is pretty much where I left off. It wasn't quite working. Hi. Food, thank you so much. So unable to extract uploader ID. Please report the issue. Bro, this is some wild chicken. I don't know what's in here. Tina, this is really good. Thanks.
You like it?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I don't either. I just kind of threw stuff together.
It reminds me of like Buffalo Wild Wings, the garlic Parmesan wings.
Yeah, kind of.
Thanks.
Bye.
KFC chicken, I would smash that too. Okay. So we need to fix this. Be sure to call YouTube DL with a verbose flag. We are doing that. So the issue is in the library itself. Over here, it's args and quargs. That's not super helpful, is it? Let's just go to Google. So this is mentioned in February 2023. So this is after the knowledge cutoff for ChatGPT. See a bunch of 2023 answers. I don't know exactly when Claude was trained, but we can ask Claude. Claude makes a bunch of syntax errors, but it still might be able to understand the issue. So we'll start a new chat. I'm working on a Python script that will help me download transcripts from YouTube videos. I got the following error. Any idea what's going on? So maybe I should just update the version. I just installed it. So it should take the latest subversion. Is the major version broken? I only added this script recently, so that seems unlikely. But we can try. Maybe it's not unlikely because I built it with GPT, which has, as we know, older stuff going on in the brain. Why are all these comments hidden? Regional A/B testing issue, that's wild. The extraction of an optional field shouldn't crash the extraction. Whoa, this is a long thread, yo. Brew install head YouTube DL. Okay. All right. Let's try it. Poetry, I'll poetry remove it instead of deleting it. Poetry remove YouTube DL. And let's do both. Let's remove both of these. I heard you have to know algebra to code algorithms. Nope, you do not. This is an algorithm right here. Okay, now let's add it again. Poetry add. The old reset button. I had issues using YouTube DL, switched to PyTube. Maybe you can try it. Let's take a look. When I did the poetry ad, we ended up with this these old versions anyway. I'll blindly throw this over to Claude. Again, Claude not reliable with syntax, but if it gets the high level idea right, then I can fix the syntax. can you refactor the attached script from to use PyTube instead of YouTube DL. Bam, it's so instant. I love to see it. It's very fast. Okay. We're trying one more time. I think these are basically the same versions. Wait, did I hit that twice? Yeah, I think those are the same versions, so I think we get the same error. Cool. Copy this. Main changes, use PyTube. Get YouTube object with PyTube and extract metadata. Get transcript using PyTube captions. Omitted some metadata not available via PyTube, like categories, tags, etc. etc. I don't think I need categories. The tags would be nice, but like it's not a big deal. Tags. Yeah, that's not a big deal. Let's double check the diff here. We're adding PyTube. Cool, so we get this playlist over here for URL and video URLs. Playlist is a real thing. We're not hallucinated. We have a real playlist over here. You love to see the type flowing through. YouTube is not defined. Hopefully they just forgot one of them. Yep. See, this is the thing with Claude. It does little mistakes like that, which it's technically like a tiny mistake, except that it breaks the whole program, right? But it's easy enough to fix. And sometimes it will just use wrong syntax, like it'll just have like a free-floating object, or instead of using the parens to invoke a method, it'll use the braces, which is just like not correct. Weird issues like that. This is looking good to me. I think it's weird that this object is called a YouTube object instead of like a video object. I guess it's fine. It's a YouTube video. I don't see that these like properties exist. Likes, dislikes, comment count. I really don't care about the thumbnail URL. Like, I guess I'll leave it, but I don't need that. Okay, this seems pretty good. We might get an error that like, hey, this doesn't exist, but honestly, if it's null, then it should just write an empty string ultimately, and that's fine with me. Let's main it. I'm gonna be so stoked if the fix here is just using a different library. Josh, thanks for the follow. Is it specific? Is it YouTube specific or just for all video formats? This is YouTube specific. I'm using PyTube for a music app, but I'm scared of copyright laws. Well, Careful. Careful. I don't know exactly what you're doing, and I'm not sure I want to know. Okay. None type has doesn't have this thing. Okay, so we have captions, get language by code. So my videos are in American English. Does that have a different language code? I mean, it shouldn't, because American English is the correct form of English, so clearly we should be the default. ENUS, look at that. YouTube, an American company, treating us as second rate. So the object name is correct. Yeah, I mean, kind of. I still think it's like underspecified, because if I didn't already know that it was a YouTube video object, I would be like, what is this? Like the YouTube API? Like the whole library is the YouTube API, right? But that's fine. Let's go ahead and breakpoint here. See what we're working with. PDB is your friend. Okay, so we don't have a transcript. We got a YT. YT.captions is an empty object. Bummerville. What video is this? This is the, yeah, what is the current video ID? It could just be that captions are not ready yet. Because like if I uploaded it an hour ago, it's starting from the top. So let's see. I'm going to drop just here in this search area, just drop the string just so we can compare it to the URL. EUMK, EUMK. Okay, looks confirmatory that we've just gone top to bottom. Here in the triple click show transcript, bruh. I was kind of thinking it's so new that I'm not surprised that a transcript doesn't exist yet, because it takes YouTube some time. But this is a bit of a surprising result. The transcript does exist. Well, it suggests one way to solve it. Instead of trying to get the captions, let's try and get the transcript, eh? If I'm able to. So here I have YT. Can I say YT.transcript? Has no such attribute. What? Video keys has no attribute keys. What am I doing? I think I'm getting languages mixed up. All right. Draco, DRACO. Thanks for being here. JS. My Python dictionary has a JS attribute. That's wild. So I got a title. Okay. I really don't have that much. Where's the captions? Where's the captions? The captions attribute is not here. Instead of, so maybe I should look for what is the, there's a different one that's not. In Python, objects have a dict dunder like but they also have another similar one with even more properties. What is it called? Is it properties? It's going to be properties, isn't it? yt.properties. Nope, okay. Is it slots? I didn't think it was slots, but okay, maybe it is. Whoa. Has no attribute slots. Are you pushing a specific repository, GitHub, GitLab? Yeah, we're on GitHub. So this is Latterly 3. Open source. Almost all the work that I do is open source, by the way. So this is the Latterly website. You can go sign up right now. You can sign up free. You can support the community as little as $1 a month. That'd be awesome. And this is all open source at this repository. Python list keys on object. My object doesn't have slots. I'm trying to list all properties on the object. My object has a property called, oh, it's the same one. It already has context. The YouTube object specifically is what I'm dealing with at the moment. It has a yt.captions attribute, but that doesn't show in the dict. Cool, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, you're very welcome. Thanks for asking the question. Has adder, I think, okay, you know what? Claude, when it comes to code stuff, you're not the most helpful. You're not the most helpful. Let's go ask GPT. Writable attributes. Dir? Yeah. There's set adder. Python is dict dunder deprecated. I also heard that like they're going to completely get rid of the dict dunder in the future. Vars. It might be that one. Okay. Vars YT. Yo. What just happened? There's so much stuff now. I went from nothing to like a lot. We went from nothing to something. Vars. And so JS, here's response context, vid info, service tracking params. Nope, that's not what I'm interested in. I'm looking for captions. Lane code index is all it has. Wow. Let's ask GPT if it knows about. So GPT's answer was way better. Have you heard of the? You know what? Let's do this. Now that we're using PyTube, let's throw it back over here. The following Python script is failing to fetch captions or a transcript or a YouTube video that I know to contain a transcript. Do you know how to fix this? So I don't know that PyTube is gonna fix our issue. Instead of accessing captions, can I access the video transcript using PyTube? The other thing we can do is just like make an API request ourselves. Maybe. I don't know. Would that be okay? So let's inspect here. I remember playing with GPT-3 when it first came out. You can literally say anything. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of GPT-3. Quick reminder, y'all, link to YouTube is in my bio, and you can see the full screen if you go over there. So I do totally recommend that you use GPT-4 if you're using ChatGPT.
Look at this old LinkedIn entry that I used to have. How confusing is that? I was contracted to
Mega lag on the page back here.
Then I went direct, but that's not really communication.
Lots of stuff coming up. Let's show the transcript. Boom. Get transcript. Here it is. Copy the link address. Bam. And if I just open this up in isolation, what happens? Oh. Why are you so silly? Is GPT plugins worth it? I'm trying to figure that out. I have a research paper going on for that. I mean, yeah, currently the answer seems to be like sometimes. Like sometimes. This is full bummer. This is like bummeritis. Bummersville. Because I'm not passing my like tokens appropriately, basically. Could I pass my personal YouTube login? Would that help things? Let's open an incognito window. Can a person who's not logged in, see transcripts? Yeah, so I can still see the transcript even though I'm not logged in, right? So why is it forcing me to pass credentials to get the transcript? It's a little bit confusing to me, but whatever. What is the best way to learn how to code? Check out my bio, latterly.io, and it'll walk you through step-by-step my recommendations. The best way depends on your personal situation. So maybe you want to book a consult and we can do a personalized discussion like, do you already have a college degree or nah? How much time do you have to learn? How much money do you have to learn? That sort of thing. If you want to do a coding boot camp, you can go to Course Report, look at all schools, sort by most reviewed. You want to see over 400 reviews, a rating of 4.25 or higher, and ideally a job guarantee as well, such as Springboard. So I'm going to be wrapping up in the next 2 minutes, y'all. Oh, this looks like a lie. I think it's hallucinated. Yeah, YouTube has no attribute transcript. The problem is that my video does not have captions. It only has a transcript and no captions. Let's try what it's suggesting here with the SRT caption file. I think this is not going to work though. So we have the caption, we can just literally do caption.download. Okay? Call to deprecated function get by language code. Get by language code. That's like all it has. Values. Script is failing because it's trying to get the transcript using the captions attribute, but it doesn't convert the captions into a usable format. Are an instance of the caption class not directly serializable. Look, GPT-4 is crushing, and I thought that this would be outside of its knowledge base, but it's still crushing. So we'll say cap equals this. Okay, now we're going to do cap.download. Cap.generate SRT captions. I have my transcript here. Kind of weird it had me attach it to video data when it was already in video data. Try this one last time and then we'll be done. 'Cause you're ugly says good morning. What's up? Taran, what are you making now? Well, we're trying to get YouTube transcript. It's not going super well though. Okay, so that's going to do it for today's stream. Let me try one other thing. Let me try like an older video. Although we can see the transcript here, it may make a difference. So I don't know. Here is a video that's a little bit older. Is stream ending? Yeah, in the next like 60 seconds the stream will be ending. We'll say foo equals YouTube of this. Foo dot not the crying. Just follow the channel. I'll see you next time. Yeah, so it's getting a none object there. All right, this didn't work. So I think all we've really shown today is that YouTube DL and PyTube are both having issues, but the mystery remains what to do to solve it. So tune in next time. One question do you write on Vue? Sometimes. It's not my main framework. It's not my favorite. But I do have on my GitHub a couple open source projects using Vue. Thanks for being here. Talk